हेलो एवरीवन, वी हैव टू डिस्कस अबाउट द जीएस पेपर 4 प्रिपरेशन मेंस आंसर राइटिंग देख लेते हैं. In your the opinion, what are the three most and the important qualities of the great leader and why? Substantially, and your response in this the questions and the candidate and are the expressed and to the right about the important qualities of the great leaders and why does. And the qualities are the important for the substantiated and they are the through. Introduction. Effective leaderships and is the crucial and for the growth and of any the state or the organization. A good and the leaders and has long the visions of future and the noun and the path and which can help the achieve the goals of the organizations. Organization body. एक मिनट. Body ले. Body. A good and leader has long vision of the future and now and the path and which can help the achieve the goals of organizations. A good leaders and need to have and the some necessary and the ability and leaderships is defined and as the actions and of the leadings are the group of the pupils and performing the particulars and the task, and it is the involve the art of the motivating pupils so that they will be the strive and the willingly and enthusiastically and towards and the achievement of group goals and leaders and act to the help other group attain and the objective and through the maximum applications and of its the capabilities. And in the today's and world the role of the leaders is also to the instills and value and whether it is the concern and for the qualities honesty and the calculated and risk the talkings or concern and for the followers. And following are the three and most important qualities of leaders and inclusiveness. A leader needs to the caters and to the everyone and need in the groups she leads and the realities the needs and to take the everyone together and the qualities of the including many different types of the pupils and training them all fairly and the qualities. And Gandhiji was averse to lead and mass the movement and because he was and not the seen as other leaders of other sections of the people and but of all the pupils of India's and from the diverse and background and farsightedness and the farsightedness in other leaders is the ability to the envisions and the articulated a the successful future in other compelling and the exclusive way. It is one of the essential and the qualities we look for in the leaders. And if other leaders and can't tell us the where and he or the she believes we can go and we what we can accomplish and together and be the hesitated to the follow him or her. A good leaders and does not have the myopics and visions myopics and the visions and for the futures and but act in other way to ensure and good of the pupils in long the duration. And Martin Luther King was for the cited if you only the reads and or the listen to his I have other dream speech and now the nothing else and about him and you will now that is the true and responsible leaderships and rather to the leader refers to the leaders and who are the deemed and to the properly and the justly and meet roles and the normative ethicals and the moral obligations they have with the respected and to the defined stakeholder and are the willings and to be the held in accountable and for the consequences of their the actions and the behaviors. And Lal Bahadur Shastri and the took moral responsibilities of the train and the accident and the resigned from his jobs and to the seat at the high president of the government office. Government office. A leadership and based on the inclusives and the participatories and the decisions making can be the more engaging and the democratic and the inclusive, not only the world and trust between the leaders and the community, and but is the also effective and the grooms the next line of the leaderships with include with inclusively leaderships, and one can the developed and the strength mutual respected among the diverse and perspective found in the community. Conclusion. Conclusion. And effective and the leaderships and not only the direct and the present generations of the communities and members towards productivity, and but it also offers and the essential foundation for the grooming and the progressive and exclusively and the emphatics and leaderships in the generation to come, and this is the what and then the keeps and on the transforming society for better. Question number 21. And what are the effect and of the social medias and the addictions and on the Indian youth, and is the social and the medias on the what are the effective of the social medias and the addictions and on the Indian youth is socials and medias and the depletings at the value of the young youth generation, and the critically examine a simple straightforward and questions and where the candidates need to the write about the what are the effects and of the social medias and addictions and having on the Indians youth, and in this the addictions and the defecting depletings and the value of the youth and generation examines and it the critical is introduction young individuals and spread the exhibits and times on thus the applications. Thus applications with the Facebooks and the Instagram and having the largest and users and base in India, and with the growings and dependency on the social medias, and it is lead to the depletions of the moral value in youth society. So body. Social media has become other part and the parcels of one of our day-to-day life. Day-to-day life, and it is the affected and us the events and without us the naughty things, and many the surveys and show that the social medias and the impact on theirs the children's value and the moral development and hinders and the development of moral and the healthy value. Social media was started with the intent and to create other forums and to the allow the pupils and from different social and the cultural background, and in the to the interacted and regardless of locations and times, and but the unfortunately and there's other lot and more the negatives impact on the youth and from the social media than the positive. Youngsters and have the becomes and so the addicted to the scrolling infinities and on the Instagram and the refreshings and the constantly and for the new contacts checking the like and the comments and updating the every minutes of hours the lives on the social medias, and they get the influences by other people and post their the success and the story, and this might and makes them and feel the insecure and the rejection. dejected and they end up and the hating and there the one's lives. The constant and the craving for likes and followers. ಇದಲ್ಲ followers, comment and subscribe is really bad and it the lead and to the losing and the confidence and when you the don't and get them and the why are we the constantly and looking for the summons and approvals or the attentions. Youngsters follow and there's memes and the influences and get the inspired and by them and we the start assuming the what we are the doing is the morality morally right through and it is not. Pupils act the different and online the compared to how they the would in the real life and this the makes and the pupils act in and the immorals ways and while the steals and viewing the themselves as the morals person. Not least the low and levels of the agreement and that the social medias can enhances or the support other young and person and the characters or the moral development and whilst and the person and acknowledge that the positive character and strength including the morals value and such as the love and courage and the kindness and are the promoted through the socials networking side and they bears and the relucent to the agrees and that the thus on the sides and could have other positive impact on their the child character. We can deduce and from the result and that the parents and attitude and toward the social medias is the largely negative and 40% of them and the agrees and that the social media hinders the young person character and or the moral development and they were the concern or extremely and the concern and about the social media having other potentially damaging impact on the children and parents who use social medias and have the found and that it is the like important positive characteristic and for the youth and such as the self-control community and the honesty and rather they she are the lot of the angers and the hostility on thus the social media sites. It is not and that we the should and the completely and stop the social medias and rather we the should and use it for the betterment of our the character and we can use and it to the gain knowledge and or the events to enjoy the some healthy the humors. There are a lot of the negatively and the spendings and across the social media so don't get the easily influences by the such contact benefit of the social medias and the social medias is allowing the democratizations of the knowledge and the border communication the rise of the virtuals and the world provided the voiceless and pupils the unprecedented opportunities to assert themselves and the experiences a sense of belonging and the social medias has also the involvement as other tools to counter the hegemonies or the narrative of the traditional player and social media has also the bridge and the distance total social media has the empower and the common purpose to the directly interact and with the government and avails the governments and the services and directly way forwards. Social media is not the going away and so was the learnings and more about this the relationship and we should be the ours to the maximize and the benefits of the social medias and use and avoid and the pitfalls and the exploring the relationship and between the social medias and the virtuous in more depth and the hopefully then offers are the more constructive outlook on the how social medias might impact on other persons and the character and the moral value. Conclusion depletion of the moral values and will have the large and the ramifications and on the society at the large hands and big the tame test firm and the everyone and must be the hold and the accountable for their the action which have wide the social and the ramifications. Question number 22 being the patriotics and is also being the ethicals and do you the agree and the critical examine approach. Candidate can start the answers and with the highlighting the importance of the print media and during the struggles, and then the simply commented on how it is the mobilize the mass for the movement. Introduction. Patriotism and the generally can be the defined as on the feelings of the love and the loyalty and towards and his and her the countries and every the state and would like to the make and their the citizens feel the patronage and his the situation and involve the several ethical dimensions. Body betterment and offer the society and the progress of the countries. Patriotism as other naturals and the appropriated practices of the attachment to the countries and in which we were born and the raised and of the gratitudes for the benefits of life and on its the soils and amongst its the peoples and the under its law. Amid the fractions and the confusion and frustrations and the angers of our the politicals and the disagreements and patriotism is the deep sitters and love of the our countries and remain the some things and that has the potential to brings us the together, particularly at the time of the nationals and the crisis or the triumphs only and the inclusively and the imaginations and can the breed patriots since the exclusively and the breed and divisions and secessions and the bar as such the patriotism is not the only the display of the love and is the deep sense of the affections and for the one's countries and it is the also the feelings of pride. Rabindranath Tagore often used other terms and desha vi man and as other synonyms for this and word in his the works and which the aptly and the captured and one of the dimensions and of this the word and India has the greetings and the philosophies of the Vasudhaiya Buzz and the Kutumbakam and the whole world and is the my families. Such the understanding of the patriotism and can the brings peace and the prosperities and to the countries and as well as the world. And the patriotism has had the fears and numbers of the criticism. The harvest. The harshest and the amongst and them have the judges. Them the judges it is the deeply and flayed. In every important respect in the 19th century, Russia's the novelist and the thinkers Leo Tolstoy found patriotism and the both stupid and the immorals. It is stupid because and the every and the patriotism and the bold and his the avance and country and to be the best of all the awareness and the obviously only one the country and can the qualities and patriotism is most the important and expressed in the readiness and to do and the two kills and for the one's countries. It is the immorals and the because and it is the enjoyed us to the promotes and our the country and interested in it the expense of all the other countries and by any the means and including bar and is thus and aid the oath with the most and the basic rule of the morality and which tells and us not to do and the to the others and what we the would and not the wants and them to do us love of the ones and ours the country and characteristically goes together and with the dislike of and the hospitality and towards other the countries and it is the tended to the encourages and the militaries and makes for the international tensions and the conflict under name of the patriotism and in the sports and after the losings and the games and to the rival countries and the patriotism and the sports and the ethos and abuse and the players and the question is the patriotism and nationalism towards the country and for example the abuse and the players and the questions and his the patriotism and nationalism towards the country for the example abusing and MD the Sami and the Arshadip and Singh is the cricketer. Apart from that, the expansive and pride in other national identity and the display of the patriotism and may the acquires and the forms of the ultra ultra and the nationalism and the jingoism and the ultra nationalism and the invariably and turn the inclusionaries and in the naturals natures and the hands and lead not to be the assertions but the disintegrations of the nationals and the unity and the ultimately identity conclusion and the Krishnas and say in the Gitas and that there are all the multiples and path and to the same truth and similarly there may be the more than and one pp one way of the displaying and the patriotism and towards the one countries and the one most be the ready and the vigilance and to the defect and one the national prestige and the but and most not the enforce and the one avance the ideas of the national identity and the patriotism and upon the everyone else. Question number 23. Do you think at the sport teach other lot and about the ethics and explain with the help of the situation, example and the approach? In this question and the candidate and should write about the how and sports and teach other lot about the ethics and in the second parts and of the answer and write some example to explain the our point and introductions. The sportsmanship is built on the ideas and that the sport and sports and both the demonstrates and the encourages character development and this then the influences the moral character of the borders and community and how we will be each and the complaints and in the sports and can have and the affected and on the ours personals morals and the ethical behavior and outside of the competitions and bodies sport teacher athletic and to the respects and the effort and the work ethics and the sport allow and pupils to the evaluates and each others and the own merit skills and works the ethics and the commitment and integrity having had that and the experience and with the teammates and in the sports and athletics turn to the recognize and those the qualities in the pupils and as the adult and making them and more the likely to the embrace and qualities and the respected and pupil and the equalities and based on the values and the action instead of the stereotypes and to the respect individuals and for the unique traits those who and feel the threat and by the others and pupils skill the intelligence or the talented and us and the hazard harassments and to gain and the maintenance in the positions of the controlled and power and youth sports and teach and the kinds kids and early on that the individuals and teammates and possess unique skills and the benefits of the utilized and those the talent on and of the competition and feed not the suppressing them as adult and this the lessons and manifest as men and the woman and who values expected and respected each others and more the talent thus are the adults who care the more about the team success and then the personal glory and the understand and that other leadership positions is about the bringing and forth the everyone best effort and sports teachers teach and athletics to lead अबे मत बोलो कुछ many parents encourage and the children and to the participated in the in youth sports and to developed sports to the developed and the leaderships and skill the perhaps more important and is the types of the leaders and sports the produce and the athletes and learn there is the no ways and to the obtain other teammates and best the efforts and through the force or the intimidations and if you wants other persons and best the effort and that the persons and need to the feel and valued and safe and appreciated appreciated so they want to do the give and they're the best leaders of the of great sports and team and win the loyalties and of their the teammates through the collaborations and not the intimidations and sports teacher and the themselves and to laws. Hazardness and the abuse and the bullying and are the they use intimidation and the forces to manipulate the positions of the powers and they the fears losing if there's the insecurities and the weaknesses are the exposed athletes and on the other hand the learn and losing doesn't and the dominates and your values or the self form and the anyone's and can be the outplay on any the days and the themselves and learn to the respect and the opponents and skills and the effort and even in defeats and the sports teach and the athletes and competition and by the extensions life is a series of the wins and the losses, none of which change and who you are. Athletics and don't the fears and losing the because and they now it is not. It is not the end of the work of the world and that the best ways and to the create and the another opportunity to win it is by the workings and hard moving the forward and the earnings it in many and the ways and athletic competition and memes. Memes are the aspected of the life and it is the disappointment and the victories and the struggles and thus the experience and can have the meaningful implications on people behaviors value and the value and the understandings of the themselves and others. Example of the ethicals and the behaviors by the sports person and would be the role model in the future and so he the should never promotes alcohol गेट पे मैं चढ़ के लगा दूंगा लपेट दूंगा और तंबाकू प्रोडक्ट पानी पिएगा tobacco product the path and the tillmans and was the role and the star and college and footballs and players and until the September's and 11 attack and happened he gave up the multi-millions and dollars and contract to go the pro and the join the army and his the brothers and Kevins and turn it the down other professional baseball and the career to the enlist and alongside and paid Stephen and the morphology Marbury's and now and but it is likes and to the now and up and poors and he the spend other childhood not the knowing if the moms and would be the hours to the puts and food on the tables and the longings for the basketball and shoes and but the knives and there's no money but no money and for them and that's why and this the envious and star founded his end line of the sneakers and the jersey and basketball accessories and he is not making other ton of profit selling and shoes aid the 15 other pop and but he is the making other lot of the dream and come true. Conclusion The value of the sports and lies in their the ability to do and the more than identity. The best athletes and sports can the instills an important value and including the respected and the teamwork and as well as the teach lessons and about the perseverance and the honesty as far and big as the ancient Greeks athletics and has been and seen as in the important character and the buildings and tools that the encourages and disciplines collaborations and responsibility sport and without the ethics and do not live and up to the best value. Thank you guys. This session will be closed. नेक्स्ट सेशन में देखेंगे क्वेश्चन नंबर 24. थैंक यू गाइस. बाय बाय.